Islam was chatting pony the other day, saying who have I beat when he got a title shot at lightweight off beating Bobby Green, someone who I beat faster than you little bum. So, how about that one, Islam? Get back down to lightweight and I'll punch your head in as well.
Maybe Arman, maybe Gaethje, but not Paddy for sure.
Not Paddy. Why not? How come?
Man, I don't know who Paddy beat who. Like Tony Ferguson, who else he beat?
Chandler. Michael Chandler.
Yeah. Everybody beat Chandler.
Obviously, Islam versus Jack. For me, breaking down this fight stylistically, obviously trained with Islam, fought Jack. It's going to come down to if it hits the ground. If it hits the ground for Islam, I think his top game is going to be really good. He's very smart, very controlled, doesn't let you off the hook when you make a mistake. Jack makes mistakes on the ground. He uses it to scramble. He has good scrambling ability. He has moments where he's like lapses safety, right? He'll give up his back, he'll give up his neck, he'll give up an arm triangle. And you can't do that with Islam. Islam's going to see that and he's going to exploit it. I think if Islam comes out wrestling right away and forcing that takedown right away, making that work, it's going to be a long night for Jack. Obviously, for myself, seeing him, being in there with him, he's very smart. He's good on the feet. He has good hands. He doesn't give up on himself. He always pushes through. So Jack's not going to be like a quitter, but he has to take the center. He has to be in the middle. He has to force the action and try not to get his back to the fence, because we've seen in the Poirier fight, Islam really wants to get you to the fence. Poirier did a good job of keeping the center, and he defended.
Absolutely punches his little head in. Yeah, I hope JDM batters him. I think JDM's a much better boxer, and if he can keep it on the feet, then he will absolutely batter him, and I hope he does. Islam was chatting pony the other day, saying who have I beat when he got a title shot at lightweight off beating Bobby Green, someone who I beat faster than you little bum. So, how about that one, Islam? Get back down to lightweight and I'll punch your head in as well.
Paddy's frustration comes from Islam Makhachev's recent blunt remarks about Ilia Topuria's potential next opponent, where he dismissed the idea of Paddy Pimblett being in the conversation. Islam made it clear that fighters like Arman Tsarukyan or Justin Gaethje are the ones who've genuinely earned that opportunity. In his view, Tsarukyan deserves the next title shot after battling through tough matchups and overcoming major setbacks. As for Paddy, Islam believes he hasn't proven himself at that elite level yet. For him, the lightweight division belongs to real contenders, not hype-driven names.
You know, like you said, we don't know what's next for Ilia. They haven't announced it, but it kind of feels like Paddy is sort of the most likely one. It's felt like that ever since Paddy got in the octagon with him. What do you think about that? Do you think Paddy is like a real challenge? I mean, that was your division.
No, man. It's I don't know. It's the first time. It's Arman was the backup fighter for the Charles Oliveira and Tapuria. He cut weight, he show weight, and after that he have to fight for the title, you know. But I don't know. I feel Arman have to be next because these guys deserve, you know. He did like mistake when he was supposed to fight with me. He injured. He not come to weigh in, but he's still number one in this division, and he have to fight for the title.
What is
maybe Arman, maybe Gaethje, but not.
When pressed on why he doesn't view Paddy as a legitimate challenger, Islam explained his reasoning in detail. He questioned the true value of Paddy's recent wins, noting that names like Tony Ferguson and Michael Chandler no longer carry the elite weight they once did. Islam admitted Paddy has energy, talent, and fan appeal, but emphasized that there's a massive difference between potential and being a real threat to someone like Topuria. In his eyes, a true test comes against fighters with complete, championship-level skill sets, athletes like Arman Tsarukyan, who can strike, wrestle, and maintain relentless pressure. Islam said a victory over Tsarukyan would genuinely mean something for Topuria. But running through Paddy wouldn't prove much at all, just another hype train derailed before reaching the top.
For sure.
Not Paddy. Why not? How come?
Man, I don't know who Paddy beat who. Like Tony Ferguson, who else he beat?
Chandler. Michael Chandler.
Everybody beat Chandler.
Do you think, I mean, his resume is not, he hasn't faced the the very, very top. But do you think he's actually skilled enough that maybe he could go in there and get it done, even though he hasn't really earned it?
He can do some things, but I don't see big chance. You know, he can. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe honestly, it's not big challenge for Topuria.
When you start
Arman, it's like really big deal. You know, if he beat Arman, it's like
yeah.
It's, you know, very like, because Arman have good skills, striking, wrestling, grappling. He's a like good fighter, but Paddy, nobody check Paddy.
When asked if he'd ever fight Paddy, Islam didn't rule it out but kept the answer grounded. He said he'd only consider that matchup if Paddy cracked the top 10, because the division needs deserving contenders, not just popular names. Islam still offered some praise, acknowledging Paddy has improved and is finally beginning to face tougher opponents. However, until Paddy shows he can compete with the elite, Islam remains focused on meaningful, high-level fights rather than promotional sideshows. As he stated, once Paddy truly earns his place among the top fighters, the conversation can happen, but definitely not before.
When it's gonna be like top 10, because I don't have some excited fight in my division. We need some new name.
What did you think of his performance?
It's good performance. Now it's the time when he have good opponents. Now he have to training more. All guys are so dangerous.
Can Paddy the Baddy beat Islam Makhachev?
Paddy, however, had a completely different take. When asked about potentially facing Islam, he responded with trademark confidence, saying he's a fighter to the core, someone who never steps into the cage expecting to lose. He acknowledged Islam's status as a dominant champion but made it clear he isn't intimidated, insisting that no man alive can beat him once the cage door shuts. For Paddy, unshakable self-belief is part of the profession. And while some critics may label it delusion, he considers it the essential mindset of a true fighter.
Makhachev, I'm like, obviously. Do you think I'm gonna sit here and go, oh no, he beat me? Then I'm not a fighter. I'm a coward. I'd respect Islam, you know what I mean? He's a great champion. I think I'd beat him. Like, I don't think any man on this planet that beat me ever got in a cage with him.
So Islam wouldn't stand a chance if they got in a cage with you?
On the other side, Islam's upcoming fight continues to intensify as Jack Della Maddalena steps forward with a calm, collected confidence. Fully aware of the challenge ahead, he openly called Islam one of the best fighters on the planet, a pound-for-pound elite and one of the most dominant champions the sport has ever seen. Still, JDM made it clear he's far from intimidated. For him, it's simple, Islam is entering his division, and that makes this his fight to claim. He knows it's the toughest test of his career, yet he feels sharp, focused, and ready to execute once the cage door closes. It's respect without fear, the mindset of a man who believes he was built for moments exactly like this.
Islam Makhachev, you know, pound for pound, I think 1 or 2 now. I think Topuria might be number 1, I think. Anyway, he's in the top 2 pound for pound at the moment. So it's not like, you know, it's one thing to fight the second best in the division, but he's a super fight. He's a big touch. But you are the best in the division. What's your mindset heading into a fight like this?
Yeah, just going in. Obviously, I think he's one of the best fighters in the world. I don't look at it as like he's a different weight class. I just look at it as he's coming up to fight me in my weight class. I think it's a tough fight. I definitely think he's one of the best champions at the moment. Obviously, he's vacated the belt, but he's like one of the long reigning champions. So I'm excited. Toughest fight of my career. Feel good. Feel like I got the right game plan now. It's just a matter of putting it together on the night.